The betrayal that broke America. How the system smiled while MAGA starved families and sold out dignity, let's call it what it is. A cold, calculated betrayal by a system that had every chance to stand up for the people but chose cowardice instead. They had countless opportunities to put their foot down against the MAGA onslaught, but they didn't care. Republican lawmakers smiled through every one of Trump's demands, clapped like trained seals at his abuses of power, and rubber-stamped policies that crushed working families. They didn't care then when the pain was raw and real. Now, as economic storm clouds gather and approval numbers plummet, they're scrambling to play innocent, acting cute like they weren't complicit in the destruction. We didn't forget what you allowed to happen against us. You destroyed lives, shattered families, and left millions scrambling for scraps while you feasted. This isn't hyperbole. It's the brutal reality of 2025 under unchecked MAGA rule. While ordinary Americans fell behind on bills, rent, and groceries, facing empty fridges and mounting debt, the enablers in Congress and the administration partied on. They dined at fancy restaurants, jetted off on lavish activities and vacations, all on the taxpayer dime or donor dollars. Not once did they offer real relief. No untaxed emergency funds for utilities, no robust healthcare expansions, nothing to ease the burden. Instead, they delivered mental and emotional torment through divisive rhetoric, followed by ICE terror raids that tore apart communities, and capped it with Trump's endless verbal assaults on anyone daring to struggle. You clapped, you laughed, and you signed away our dignity, our security, and in too many cases, our lives. We do not forgive and we do not forget. You were all gleeful as you starved people, stripped away health care protections, and left families vulnerable to eviction and despair. Silence doesn't mean we're stupid. Stupid are those who believe their complicity would go unnoticed or unpunished by history. Look at the wreckage they've wrought. Tariffs sold as tough-on-trade magic, acted like a hidden tax hammering the poorest hardest, hitting low-income households with thousands in extra costs for basics like food, clothing, and appliances. Groceries soared, with staples up over 24% cumulatively in recent years, while wages stagnated or fell behind. Energy bills spiked from slashed clean incentives and bottlenecks, adding hundreds annually to already strained budgets. Housing. Deep cuts to rental assistance left hundreds of thousands at risk of homelessness. And health care, oh, the cruelty there. They let enhanced ACA subsidies expire, triggering premium explosions, some doubling for millions relying on marketplace plans. Medicaid's slashes in their massive spending bill kicked millions off coverage, leaving the sick to suffer or die untreated. All this while handing massive tax windfalls to the ultra-wealthy and corporations. The one big beautiful bill was a grotesque giveaway. Trillions in debt added, benefits skewed to the top, with low earners seeing little or nothing, some even worse off. No overtime protections expanded, no meaningful child tax boosts for the neediest, just crumbs for some and outright punishment for others through SNAP restrictions and work requirements that ignored reality. Then came the ICE nightmare, a weaponized agency unleashed without restraint. Raids exploded across cities, targeting Latino communities, workplaces, even parking lots and homes. Agents profiled based on appearance, stormed in with aggression, leading to abuses, wrongful detentions of citizens, and tragedy. 2025 became ICE's deadliest year in decades, 32 souls lost in custody from neglect, medical denial, and despair. Shootings involving agents spiked, with fatal incidents painting a picture of unchecked force. Families ripped apart overnight, children traumatized, communities terrorized into shadows. And Congress, they funded it all, expanded it, cheered it on, never once reining in the horror. This was no accident. It was enabled at every turn. Lawmakers who could have blocked extreme bills, demanded oversight, or protected safety nets instead folded. They smiled as Trump demanded more power, more cuts, more division. Now, with unemployment ticking up, inflation stubborn, and public fury boiling, some pretend regret or distance themselves. Too late. The damage is done. Millions uninsured or underinsured, food insecurity rampant, rents unaffordable, lights shutting off, but we're not broken. We're awake. The working class, the immigrants, the families fighting daily, these are the backbone of America, not the elites profiting from pain. We remember who stood silent, who applauded the suffering. We remember the vacations taken while we skipped meals, the laughs shared as ICE vans rolled through neighborhoods. This betrayal fuels a reckoning. No more smiling through abuses, no more clapping for cruelty. Demand accountability, real investigations into ICE horrors, restoration of safety nets, tariffs repealed, healthcare for all. Push back against the machine that starved us while feasting. We are not stupid. Silence from the powerful meant complicity, but our voices now roar. We do not forgive the destruction. We do not forget the betrayal. And we will not stop until justice rolls down like waters for every family behind on rent, every child without health care, every life shattered by raids. The system failed us deliberately. But we, the people, will rebuild stronger without them. Follow so we can stay connected. Your support matters more than you know, and I appreciate every moment you give to listen. Your support is important to me, and it helps me a lot. It keeps me active, bringing you important information with your support and comments, likes and shares. Feel free to like, support, and subscribe. I will always provide content for you. I appreciate every support you give. Crowning Thoughts, True Speaker, copyright 2025 by Santiago D.C. Maria, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution. I love you all and I appreciate each of you. Stay blessed. Thank you for listening. Love always. Santiago D.C. Maria.